Hello everyone, this is Sean, and this is the intro for part 24 of the NCC Excelsior build. It's a video I'm calling Good News and Bad News. The good news is the pictures and videos that I'm going to splice in right now, and the bad news is what I'll explain when I come back after you see those pictures and videos. Be right back. The second autograph I got George Takei to sign my NCC Excelsior as Captain Sulu. Okay, so I'm back. By now you've seen the pictures and videos that showed the good news. I managed to get my NCC Excelsior autographed by George Takei. Now for the bad news. Now, bad news is right now the Excelsior looks like this. Yeah, you can see the autograph. That's true. But you say, why is the nacelles missing? Well, that's because I had a little accident at the hobby club meeting where I meant to display the models. You'll have seen in the pictures the model club logo and where I display them, but the nacelle strut assembly fell off the ship when I took it out of the box. And then the nacelle assembly fell on the floor and the nacelle separated. And of course, the one nacelle lost its end cap. So what I have to do now, and I've started to do, is I use my model cement and my clear Elmer's glue to repair the joint in here, where the nacelle mounts. So this time I went in there first, so I could get at the joint from inside. But what I'm going to do with the cardboard is I'm going to fill in here with cardboard up to the joint. I'm not going to have to file this because I never painted this surface because the nacelles were built upside down. But I am going to have to file the paint off of the bottom of this nacelle grill here. And I'm going to have to add in another slice of cardboard along here that extends further back from the spacer, just enough so that it provides a surface when I put the two nacelles together. And of course I'm going to have to glue this on again. Now, I didn't have to do anything with the lower surface here because it wasn't painted either. But I bought some sanding sticks at the Montreal Hobby Shop, and so I'll get some use out of that for part 24. And thankfully, because of my cardboard technique for filling the neck, because of the white glue that was in there to provide a proper surface, the saucer and neck have remained attached the whole time. And of course the shuttle bay cover, which I never put back on for the autographing of the Excelsior. The shuttle bay cover is in the Excelsior box in the other room in a little Ziploc bag with the leftover decals. But anyway, thankfully George Takei was very happy to sign the model. He seemed to like it. He, as you saw, he took great care. Well, actually, I'll show you the autograph a bit closer. Stand by. 1 second here. Careful. There we go, brace on the book. But as you can see, the autograph, he took great care to sign every name, letter carefully. He took about 30 seconds to sign it, so it's completely legible. It has both the character name and the actor name. So that's my second autographed model. The first one was the 650 scale TOS Enterprise. And I'm going to when I go to Ottawa on Friday, I'm going to visit IKEA and see if I can find a display case for this ship. So anyway, that's all I have for this section of part 24. Well, actually, it's pretty well going to... Yeah, I mean, the next part of part 24 will show the cardboard filling technique and everything, and how I repair the model from the setback. Thankfully, as you can see, I have this book here that braces the nacelles at the correct angle. So when I attach the nacelle grill again, it'll fit right on perfectly. That'll be great. There you go. See? It's not moving. And come on. There, almost. See, it's sliding around a bit. It's hard to get a good grip in the grills. Anyway, that's about all for now, and I will come back with part B of 24 when I do some repair work. And part 25 of the Excelsior build will be the grand finale, where I show off the new model shelf for it and everything. Actually, I'm going to test that model shelf right now. Be right back. As you can see, this is the new model shelf I bought on the weekend at the Renfrew Flea Market. So right now the bottom 3 shelves are holding constructs. Well, actually the bottom 2, but see? Got plenty of space to hold the completed Excelsior. And I'm going to show you what's on the other 2 shelves in just a minute. There we go. So as you can see, once I get into view, there's the Refit Enterprise 24th Century Edition on the middle shelf. And as you can also see, I can move the Enterprise back far enough. I could probably fit another ship on there. Not sure which one it would be. And there is the... turn it a bit. The first new model I did back in 2018, the TOS Enterprise, with, of course, the Botany Bay. And, of course, as you can see here, the NX-01 Refit Enterprise. I don't know why it seems to be leaning. Yeah, that's strange. But anyway, there is my in-progress Star Trek model shelf for 1,000 scale starships. Eventually, all 5 levels will be filled with 1,000 scale starships. But as you can see, the Excelsior is probably going to take up a whole shelf just by itself. Or maybe not. Just 1 second. As you can see, it may be possible to have the Excelsior and the Enterprise B side by side on the same shelf. Or at least the 2 versions of the Excelsior. And then the 4th shelf down there could be the Enterprise B and the Lakota. Anyway. Oh, and don't mind the noise in the background. That's the laundry. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I'm going to make another video after this one, but that's going to be the reveal of the 350 scale Aztec decals. Yes, I know I'm giving it away, but I haven't seen a review of that on YouTube yet, so I'm going to do it myself. Anyway, talk to you all later, and hope you're having a good Veterans Day week in America, Remembrance Day week here in Canada. Hello everyone, this is Sean, and welcome back. This is part 24C of the NCC Excelsior build. In this case, C is going to stand for cardboard, because that is what I'm going to start using to fix the nacelles of the Enterprise, the Excelsior. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the ship around a bit. 1 second. There we go. Good, you can still see it. Perfect. Because what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fill in, pointing device. I'm going to fill in this section of the There, but first I'm going to get those new a little sanding file. Maybe even just a little sandpaper. Well, I'll use the sanding file. Same file I used to widen the holes of the NX-01 Enterprise. So I'm just filing away a bit of the tabs here, the ones that are going to have glue on them. That way they'll actually take the glue. And we don't have to file the bottom surfaces. Would have to file all along there, but you can see it already had glue on it, so it should be good. So the first thing to do is to cut out a bit of the cardboard and see if I can get something useful out of it. Let's see here. Yeah, actually that's pretty good. Let's try this. It's kind of an experiment, this cardboard. Alright, so actually is long enough, it just needs to be narrowed down a bit. Okay, here we go. So that's narrowed there. That's narrowed there. So you get something like that. Let's see. Still too wide. Alright. And narrow it down even more. But it's getting on the right path. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so let's see. Does it fit in there? Yes, it does. Okay. Time for the glue. So I'll be right back and pick up the glue. Alright, I'm back. So I'm going to use the Tamiya model cement glue. Gotta be careful though. Right in there. Right in the empty spot. Put the cardboard over it. And I've got to use a toothpick or a set of tweezers or something to get it in there flat. I'll use the tweezers. There they are. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's see here. There. Okay, and now I need the toothpick. There we go. Alright, let's see here. Got to get the toothpick in place. Come on now. Well, I'm going to go off camera for this. I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, I finally got the cardboard in there. I just have to build up a few more layers of something at exact size until I get up to the level of the tab, but not above it, because it's still got to fit in there. So I'll be back with that. There, I'm back. As you can see, I have cut a piece of cardboard for the inner part of the nacelle end cap. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to experiment, see if I can use the Tamiya liquid cement to meld the two parts together by having increased the gluing surface. So let's see how it goes here. Don't want to mess up the decal, of course, and don't want to mess up the blue section. I do want to put a whole bunch of liquid cement both in the connecting surfaces on the inner section, you know, the ones that glue the cardboard in place. And so here we go. Alright, that's good. And of course I also want to meld it with cardboard here. I mean model cement. I want to meld the model cement in place. There you go. So I do that. And then the final step, the final piece of the puzzle, is to invert everything. Carefully fit the end cap on top. and realize that I have too much cardboard in place. So what I have to do is I have to actually cut the cardboard, make it significantly shorter. It's the right dimensions, it's just too long. So let's see if that works better, because I don't want it to interfere with the blue. Alright, let's see how that looks. Cardboard is not, it's not fitting. I think there's a bit too much cardboard in place. Oh, wait, maybe not. There you go. Now what I have to do, of course, to get it to stay is haul out the elastic, so I will be right back with those. Alright, so I'm back with the elastic container. I don't want to use the clamps because I don't want to damage the Aztec decals. But I figure if I use the elastics and twist them on themselves enough times, I will be able to get the nacelle trim to get on there properly. Like that. You see? You can't see a gap now. And I'm just going to make sure that everything is centered, which it is. I'm going to make sure that it looks the same as the other thing. Oh, okay, that does have to come back just a bit. Have to bring that thing back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, good. There we go. Just a little bit more. Oh, there. Alright, so that's good. You got it without disturbing the registry number. That's perfect. And that will seal that part of the nacelle in place. So what I'm going to do now, you see this this cardboard spacer, that's pretty good as it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an equivalent cardboard spacer in here to match it, and then I'll be all set. So I'm going to be back with that, and then I'll take some pictures and glue it all together. You can see how I've measured out the piece there, both the width and the length, which should match the other nacelle. And we'll see how many pieces I have to pack into the empty cavity there to bring it up to that same level. So I'll be back once I've done that. Well, I was lucky. As you can see, it's only going to take one piece of cardboard in there to make it work. And I've got all my elastics standing by, and that'll clamp the thing together without breaking anything. So I'll be back once it's glued and elasticed. And that's going to do it for part 24C, and indeed all of part 24 for the NCC Excelsior build. I'm just going to leave the entire nacelle assembly like this, as it is, and it's elastic within an inch of its life, but the elastics, unlike the clamps, will not damage any part of the ship. So I'm going to put it back on its shelf, braced against the book, because that's, as you see, that's the proper angle. Well, turn it to the side, you'll be able to see better, won't you? There you go, see? See how it's the proper angle? So that's all I'm going to do with the Excelsior, because that's all I can do for a few days until I make sure that the glue is actually set. But that's why I save all this cardboard. And it's not the only model I'm going to use it for. As you can see, I'm going to be using it to mount the neck and secondary hull of the Enterprise A together and see if I can create some kind of curved gluing surface inside the secondary hull for that ship. But anyway, that's all for now for the Excelsior build. Well, actually, Part D. There will be a Part D. D for deck, as in the nacelle assembly, with the aid of the cardboard, will be glued to the top of the secondary hulls, the top of the secondary hull's top deck. So, that's all for now. It's Tuesday, and hope you have a good rest of the week, and talk to you all later. Hello there, it's Sean, and this is part 24D of the NCC Excelsior build. As you can see here, I'm getting ready to attach the repaired nacelle assembly to the top of the ship. So I'll bring you on the table and show you what I'm up to. Okay, so I'm back here. So I'm going to use the same cardboard method that I used the last time, only this time I'm going to be filling in here. I'm going to be filling right in there with the cardboard, but I want to make sure when you look at the nacelle assembly, you'll see that there's a narrow spot here, so you want to only go as narrow as that. So I'm going to start tracing. I'll be back. Okay, so I have it traced out on the cardboard here. Just going to go on the inner border with the black Sharpie. Like so. And what I'll have to do next is trim it so it's small enough to fit in that spot. So I'm going to do the trimming and put it in place, and we'll see what it looks like. Be right back. Okay, so I have the approximate shape, and as you can see, it's going to fit in there nicely. So all I have to do now is glue it in place, and then make a smaller shape for the top edge of the nacelle strut. So I'll be right back with that. Okay. So I got that piece glued in there. So all I have to do is make a small enough piece that it'll fit in there. And then I can have it all connected. So I'll be back. After a couple tries, there we go. See, that's going to be the size of that shape. And if I done my job right, that shape should connect to the upper surface of this shape with the proper model cement. And we'll be all set. So I'm going to try it and attach it to the ship. I'll see what it looks like when I get back. Okay, so I glued every surface together and I place it on the ship. Now, as you can see, you need something to hold it in place. Well, the clamps won't hold, not from that angle. But I have this kitchen twine here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it on that end and on that end of the nacelle, being able to reach it from either side because you're tying it like a shoelace. And that should hold the nacelle strut assembly in place for a few days until the glue is set. So I'm going to do the tying, and I'll be right back to show you the result. Okay, so that's how it works. Or at least I hope it works. I've tied them both. And because the nacelles tip back, I put 2 on the front and only 1 on the back. And the one on the back is tied closest to the strut. And the 2 are equal here. So this is the end of part 24. Of the Excelsior build, and if it works, then the next time you see the Excelsior build video, it'll be part 25, which will be the final result. So that's all for now. Talk to you all later, and have a good week.